3,
2,
1.
click!
Caw!
Aww.
See what I did there?
Caw-caw.
I made the sound of a crow. What's up, team?
Hey, everyone.
It's time for Curiosity Chill, the stream where we pull a subject and study it all together.
Yes.
Where shall we begin?
Today's subject is crows.
Caw!
So, these are the articles we have pulled. We have 12 fascinating facts about crows, a crow overview, and 8 uncanny facts about crows.
Could you call it a crover view?
A croverview. So please vote where you would like to begin. I think maybe perhaps a crow overview might be a nice way to start.
Yeah, I see. Type a 1, 2, or 3 into the chat. We've got 3 different articles, and our awesome moderator team have the links that they're going to share with you in the chat. So whatever we're reading from, they will drop on you guys if you want to read ahead of us, or read it later, or send it to a friend. Whatever.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Assay78. Welcome back for Assay and Caw to me. Welcome back for 13 months, my friend. And North Star, thank you for the resub. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Oh my gosh, and Bookworm Tales is back for 38 months.
Oh, look at that,
Wow.
landing on another bird stream. We are pleased to hear it. Thank you so much for your great news.
Yes.
Yo, appreciate you. Planetary Go-Go's back for 6 months. Good to see you. And Wayward Stars for 15. Looks like we're going to start with 12 fascinating facts about crows.
Okay, sounds
Right?
good.
Right?
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
just leave the overview for later. All right, here we go. Thank you all for your input, and we're going to pull a subject at the end of today's stream to find out what we'll study on next week's Curiosity Chill. Coming up, 12 fascinating facts about crows.
But before that, I'm curious, how many of you have crows that live near you? Do you have crows in your vicinity?
How
yes
many
or
of you
no?
have crows in your vicinity? Speak now. Let us know the truth.
Tons?
Tons of crows near you?
No crows.
Does anybody
Some crows.
Does anybody think they have the most crows near them?
Crows versus ravens, yes.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the details, the difference, the ups and the downs of the crow
Tons
community.
of crows. No crows in your area. Tons of crows in your area. Mostly pigeons. Okay.
Mostly pigeons. Okay, I feel like a crow could eat a pigeon.
A crow probably could.
Not
Maybe
gonna-
a raven.
Maybe a raven.
We'll find out.
We'll find out more together. There it is.
How pretty.
Look at that crow. Look at that crow.
Oh.
All right. Start us off, beautiful wife.
Crows often get a bad rap. In many Western cultures, they've historically been associated with death, disease, and bad omens, reviled as crop sellers by farmer.
Steelers.
Oh, okay.
Yes, if you'd like to buy any crops, please visit my crow, who's in charge of all of it, does all of our business.
Confused. Reviled as crop stealers by farmers and condemned as nuisances by city dwellers. But the birds are fascinating creatures, adaptable and brainy to the extent that it's almost scary.
Oh.
So here are a few facts about these crafty corvids that might surprise you.
Number 1. All crows and ravens belong to the same genus. Members of the genus Corvus can be found on every continent except Antarctica and South America, although other close relatives live there. To date, scientists have named 40 species. Colloquially, some of them are referred to as ravens, while others are called crows, rooks, or jackdaws.
Jackdaws.
Historically, the name raven has been given to several of the big-bodied corvus birds with shaggy feathers on their necks. Mid-sized members of this genus are usually called crows, while very smallest of the species go by the name jackdaws, which is also the name of our ship in
Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
That's right, we had the jackdaw.
Caw!
There's also a large-beaked outlier named the rook, which has been named for its unusual sound that it makes. But pervasive as these labels may be, they're not scientific and do not reflect the latest research. Despite its informal name, the so-called Australian raven is more closely akin to the Taurasian crow than to the common raven. In the US, when people talk about crows and ravens, they're usually referring to the American crow, which is Corvus brachyrhinochus, and the common raven, Corvus corax. Telling them apart can be tough, but it is possible for eagle-eyed birders. Do we have any birder experts? Any
yes.
folks who are real professional when it comes to recognizing different kinds of birds? And our Animate, thank you for these 10 gifted subs.
Thank you so much, our Animate. Appreciate you.
Thank you for your generosity. And if you got one of those gifted subs, please check out the starter kit that's going to show you the way around our channel. There's a panel down below the video and a link that's flowing through the chat. So, telling these birds apart is possible for eagle-eyed birders. One big indicator is size. The common raven is much larger, about the size of a red-tailed hawk.
Whoa.
It also has more wedge-shaped tail. As Kevin J. McGowan of the Cornell Lab of Ornithology writes on his crow FAQ page, ravens soar longer than crows, and you can see their wing feathers as they fly, among other differences. The birds' calls are substantially different. American crows make more of a familiar caw-caw.
Caw-caw!
Yeah, but also have a large repertoire of rattles, clicks, and clear bell-like notes.
Ding!
Whoa. McGowan writes, whereas common ravens have a deep, reverberating croaking or gronk, gronk.
Gronk, gronk.
Only occasionally will ravens make a call similar to a crow's caw, but even then it is so deep it is fairly easily distinguished from a real crow. You can hear crow vocalizations here and raven vocalizations here. Shall we hear it, team?
Yes. Oh, and hello, Raiders.
Yo!
Welcome in, Moogie Blue and your crew.
Merci beaucoup to the Moogie Blue crew.
We are learning about crows today on our Curiosity Chill, and we have just begun learning about 12 fascinating facts about crows. And we're going to listen to their sounds now.
This will help you differentiate them. This is apparently the American crow who says this. Yep, that checks out. Mm-hmm. Spitting facts.
Yeah, yeah.
Lovely. I love the enthusiasm with which he doth crow.
Yep.
All right, now let's listen to a raven's vocalizations.
Which are a little bit bigger, and they have a more wedge-like tail. Oh. Okay.
More of a gonk gonk than a caw caw.
Yeah.
All right, I'd love to see it.
Hey, Brian28799, thank you so much for this gift sub group hug.
Gift hub group love. What's up, team? Thank you for the nice vibes. We appreciate that, Brian28799. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you got one of those gifted subs, be sure to shout out and thank those awesome gifters.
All
So,
right.
tell me about the older crow siblings.
Okay. Did you know that older crow siblings can help their parents raise newborn chicks? Like a lot of intelligent animals, most crows are quite social. For instance, American crows spend most of their year living in pairs. They usually mate for life, or small family groups. During the winter months, they'll congregate with hundreds or even thousands of their peers to sleep together at night in a sprawling communal unit called a roost.
Oh,
hey, so it's like a big festival.
Yeah, everybody loves festival.
A festivus of crows.
I'm sleeping.
Okay. Come nesting season, a mated pair of crows might be lucky enough to receive a chick rearing help. to receive chick-rearing help. Juvenile birds are frequently seen defending their parents' nests from predators.
Oh, good look.
Other services they can provide include bringing food to mom and dad or feeding their younger siblings directly.
Oh.
One study found that 80% of American crow nests surveyed had a helping hand, so babysitters.
Mm-hmm.
And some birds become regular nest assistants, providing aid to their parents for over half a decade.
Wow. Good looking out, crows.
That's really cool.
So does anybody have younger siblings? Would you be an older crow sibling who's helping out around the house?
I would be that older crow sibling.
I would be that older crow. I'm an old crow. Crows are amazing. Well, shout out to all of you who are good helpers to your family and to your parents and stuff, because I know it makes a big difference.
That it does.
When a crow dies, its neighbors may have a funeral. The sight of a dead crow tends to attract a mob of 100 or more live ones. During this ritual, the live crows almost never touch the dead one, which rules scavenging out as a motive. Why do they do this? Some studies suggest that the mass gathering is part of a survival strategy. The birds are learning about threats and seem hesitant to revisit any spot where they've encountered a dead crow, even if food is plentiful there.
Wow.
Very interesting. And Pieces of Eden.
Hey, Pieces, thank you
Wow.
so much for this incredible generosity.
Oh, much
Wow.
love. Pieces of Eden must be a big fan of crows. Thank you for the big hugs. I see you in the chat. Everybody, if you could drop a hug in the chat, share it with Pieces of Eden. Thank you for your generosity. I appreciate you recruiting some more folks to the crew. And Princess Fluffy Jana, welcome back for 15 months. We had a great vacation.
Yes.
But we are glad to be back.
Oh, yes.
Very excited to be streaming again.
Mm-hmm. Did you know that crows have caused blackouts in Japan?
What?
Mm-hmm. Since the 1990s, crows have experienced a population boom in Japan, where, not coincidentally, delicious garbage is more plentiful than ever before. This is bad news for power companies. Bad news.
The sheep stream was a different day, Amelia.
This was bad news for the power companies. Urban crows like to nest on electric transformers and will often use wire hangers or fiber optic cables as building materials for their nests.
Oh, no.
They're high tech, you know? Yeah. The result was an epidemic of crow-caused blackouts in major cities around Japan. Between 2006 and 2008, the corvids stole almost 1,400 fiber optic cables from Tokyo power providers, and according to the Chubu Electric Company, crows are responsible for around 100 power failures per year in their facilities alone.
They're like, we need high-speed internet. We need these fiber optic cables for us.
But to fight back, Chubu started installing artificial love nests in 2004. Made with non-conductive resin, the nests are placed on company towers high above the power lines, where the birds are unlikely to cause any trouble.
Nice.
And the strategy seems to be working, because 67% of the faux nests are currently in use, making life a lot easier for Chubu employees.
That's really nice. What a good solution, you know? Instead of like trying to scare them away or trying to poison them, they're like, why don't we just make them a nest? You know, catch them up on it. Hypno Elixir.
Hey, Hypno Elixir, thank you so much.
Yo, thank you for the gift sub group hug love, you guys.
Thank you so much, friend.
We appreciate all this support on our Crow stream. We love doing these curiosity streams with you guys. And thank you to everybody who was here on our last Curiosity Chill, where you helped us pick this topic. And next week, we'll study whatever you guys decide on today's stream.
You choose.
You choose your future. Proportionally, some crows' brains are bigger than yours, Amelia.
Yeah.
Bigger than yours, not mine. According to McGowan, crows are smarter than many undergraduates, but probably not as smart as ravens. Whoa. Crows are so smart and so good at improvising that some zoologists admiringly call them feathered apes. And yet, from a primate's perspective, a crow's brain might look puny. The new Caledonian Crow, for example, has a brain that weighs just 0.2 0.26 ounces. But relative to its body size, that brain is huge, accounting for 2.6% of the bird's overall weight. I'm sorry, 2.7% of the bird's overall weight. By comparison, an adult human's brain is 3 pounds, representing 1.9% of their body weight. I'm just gonna say this though, if my bones were hollow, it would be a different story. Shout out to anybody here with real bones?
Wait, what?
If you have real bones, birds have hollow bones.
Yeah.
So I don't think that they're proportionally smarter than me. I think they have definitely hollow bones.
And they are...
You're boneless? Who's here with boneless? Listen, I got bones and my bones have weight. My brain is not small. My bones have density. These bones of this bird are hollow so it can fly. Of all the living birds, crows, ravens, and parrots have the biggest brain-to-body size ratios. Parrots, I believe. Yeah. I mean, this makes sense. And in lab experiments, these avians show a degree for cognition that puts them on par with the great apes. In fact, research has shown that they have a much higher density of neurons in their forebrains than primates do. Okay, now this is interesting. The amount of neurons in this region is thought to correlate with a given animal's intelligence. Theoretically, having more neurons translates to better cognitive reasoning. A 2020 study looked at whether crows, like humans and great apes, can demonstrate consciousness. Crow brains lack a cerebral cortex, where most of primate brains' consciousness perception happens. Researchers tracked the brain activity in 2 crows as they performed different tasks, and discovered that they could perceive sensory input, suggesting that there is much more to understand about the evolution of consciousness.
Okay.
Whoa, okay.
That was a lot.
That's a lot of information, but lots of neurons in the front of the brain tells us that they have a likelihood to perceive a consciousness similar to the great apes or we humans. And proportional to their overall body weight, crows have very large brains, like parrots.
Well, did you know that crows have regional dialects?
What?
Apart from the famous caw-caw noise, crows emit a number of other sounds. Each one sends out a different message. For example, cawing can be used as a territorial warning or as a way for crows to signal their location to relatives. This avian language isn't homogeneous. 2 different populations of crows may have slight differences. As ornithologist John M. Marsluff and author Tony Engel noted in their 2005 book, In the Company of Crows and Ravens, the calls of these birds use very regionally.
The calls these birds use.
Oh, okay.
Very regionally.
The calls these birds use vary regionally, like human dialects that can vary from valley to valley. If a crow changes its social group, the bird will try to fit in by talking like the popular guys.
Whoa!
When a crow joins a new flock, Marsluff and Engel wrote, they learn the flock's dialect by mimicking the calls of the dominant flock members.
Very cool. Wow. You guys want to check out this Other Sounds of Crows
link?
And
Oak Wolf owns that book.
You own that book?
That's pretty cool.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, it's kind of like Crow High School.
Let's see what these cool crows say.
Definitely lower.
Hi, I'm Kevin McGowan.
Hey.
I work in the education section of the Cornell Lab of Ornithology.
What's up, Kev?
I've also been studying crows for over 25 years, and I'm interested in everything that they do. American crows are the ones who do the standard caw, caw kind of thing. But they also have a large repertoire of rattles and clicks and even clear bell-like notes. The rattle is often used along with standard sort of territorial caw-caw kind of things. And we don't really know what it means, but it may mean something to the rest of the family, like, yeah, go get him, I'm with you. The caw-caw is essentially the same kind of thing as a bird's song. It says, I'm here, and this territory is taken, so you guys better stay out if you don't have any good reason to be here. That's a common raven. That's their very common grunk kind of call, and it always makes me smile. The little chuckly notes are a sort of short distance communication. It may be a young bird actually just talking to itself, or it could be a bird that's doing some kind of communication with another bird that's flying with it. Crows and ravens don't sing to defend their territory, but they have complicated lives and communicate with other members of their family all the time. They do caws and gronk kind of things that are advertisement for their presence at home, to tell everybody else that they're still there and at home, and they listen for those for their neighbors so they can understand who's still around in the territory. The calls by individual crows and ravens are distinct enough that they probably recognize each other certainly within their own family or within their own pair, and probably within their own neighborhood too.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Same to you. All right. I love that guy.
Wow.
Big fan.
I know, he was so sweet.
He loves those birds.
He does.
He loves those birds. All right, team, here we go. We're going to get back to it. Did you know that some crows can read traffic lights? In Japan, carrion crows, or the Corvus corona, use cars like oversized nutcrackers. The birds have learned to take walnuts, a favorite treat, over to road intersections where they put the hard-shelled snacks down onto the pavement. The crows then wait for a passing vehicle to smash the nut, after which it will swoop down and eat the delicious interior.
Wow.
It's a risky trick, but the crows aren't usually run over because, unlike some people, they've figured out what traffic lights mean. Carrion crows wait until the light turns red before flying down to place the uncracked nut on the road. The second the light goes green, the crow takes off to watch the nut get run over from afar. It will even wait for the next red to scoop up the nut's insides.
Wow.
This behavior isn't limited to just one corvid species. American crows have been seen observed doing the same thing in California.
Huh.
That is really cool. They use tools. Guys, they use us as tools. We work for crows.
Well, crows can recognize your face and hold a grudge. So beware.
Beware.
You don't want a crow for an enemy. In 2011, a team from the University of Washington published a remarkable study about the brain power of local crows. The researchers' goal was to figure out how well the birds could identify human faces. So, in the name of science, they went out and bought 2 Halloween masks. One resembled a caveman, and the other looked like Dick Cheney. It was decided that the caveman getup would be used to threaten the birds, while the Cheney mask was regulated to control status. At the 5 sites, the scientists donned the caveman mask. A scientist donned the caveman mask before catching and banding some banding.
Well, they put numbers on them.
Oh, okay. Catching and banding some wild crows. Getting trapped is never a fun experience, and upon their release, the ex-captives loudly scolded their assailant with threatening caws. Seeing this, other birds who had been sitting nearby joined in the fray, swooping down to harass the Neanderthalic visitor. Over a period of several years, both masks were regularly worn by team members on strolls through all 5 testing spots. Without fail, the caveman mask was greeted by angry scolds and dive bomb attacks from crows, including many who had never been captured or banded, while the birds largely ignored the Dick Cheney mask.
What?
Yeah, they hated him. Amazingly, the caveman disguise continued to provoke a hostile response 5 years into the experiment. Even though the team had stopped trapping crows after the first few site visits. And some of the birds who antagonized the mask wearer weren't even alive back when the whole thing started. The younger crows couldn't possibly have seen the imitation caveman grab an acquaintance of theirs, but they scolded it anyway. Clearly, the grudge had been passed on. Birds were still attacking the mask as recently as 2013.
What?
So the moral of the story? Mind your manners around crows. Because if you mistreat them, they will not forget you, and neither will their friends or the next generation. Dun dun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Can you believe that? That means the crows that got caught went back to their other crow friends and they were like, if you see an ugly dude who looks like he's from the Neolithic period, do not get any closer.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they're dive bombing them like
They gossip.
generations later. Wow.
New Caledonian crows make and use tools. Lots of non-human animals, including chimpanzees and orangutans, create useful implements which help them survive in the wild. The new Caledonian crow, Corvus moneduloides, is one of only 2 species on the planet that can craft its own hooks in the wild. The other is called Homo sapiens. That's us, team. The South Pacific avian uses those hooks, which are made from pliable twigs that the crows bend using their beaks and feet into a J shape to extract insects from tight crevices. Another surprising attribute is the species' bill. Unlike virtually all other birds, the new Caledonian crow has a bill that does not curve downwards. For years, the quirk went unexplained, but scientists now think that the avian's unique beak evolved to help it grasp tools more easily, as well as to better see what the tool was doing. The new Caledonian crow isn't the only implement expert in the corvid family. In 2016, scientists at University of St. Andrews demonstrated that the ultra-rare Hawaiian crow, the alaha, Corvus hawaiianus, is similarly adept at using and modifying tools.
Wow.
I want to check out this rare Hawaiian crow. Who dis?
Beautiful.
He's rare. He seems almost kind of purple, right?
Yeah. He's gorgeous.
Tool use. Interesting. Very interesting.
Cool.
Bum 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 bum.
Crows fight off predators by ganging up on them.
Oh, you want to see the... Here, tell us first, and then
Yeah.
we'll roll the clip.
Crows have to deal with a menagerie of predators, such as hawks, owls, coyotes, and raccoons. To ward them off, the corvids exploit the fact that there can be strength in numbers. Upon seeing a would-be attacker, crows are known to gather, with some groups consisting of a dozen birds or more. Individual crows then swoop down to deliver passing blows with their beaks, often inflicting serious bodily injury in the process. If all goes well, the target will back off, though it may kill a few of the dive bombers before they retreat. Corvids are by no means the only avians that bomb would-be attackers. Swallows, chickadees, and even hummingbirds have all been documented doing just this. In fact, crows are sometimes at the receiving end of mob violence, as smaller songbirds often feel threatened by them and lash out collectively.
Whoa. If you've never seen a hummingbird dive bomb, that's something really awesome. They make this little like... That's their like attack cry.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right.
This is crows mobbing a bald eagle, team. unsuspecting crow. Or rather, suspecting crow, unsuspecting eagle. Just fixing the feathers. Whoa! Whoa! Hey! Jesus! Hey guys! Just fixing my... Wow, he's overwhelmed. Whoa! I would not dive bomb. Oh.
So leave me alone.
Cut this out. I'm getting dizzy. Whoa. You think he's gonna leave?
Yeah. Eventually.
Nope.
Oh, he's so beautiful.
He's out of there. He's out of there. You guys, I don't know. I don't think I'd be brave enough to dive bomb an eagle if I was a crow. Like, I was surprised that bald eagle didn't just, like, eat one of them to prove a point.
Well, sometimes they do.
That's what I would do. I'd just be like, get out of my house. I'm the apex predator, bish. All right, moving on, shall we?
Yes.
I think we got to the end of that link. We're gonna jump into. You want to go to 8 uncanny facts about crows,
Yeah, or we could. Yeah, that sounds good.
or the.
They were pretty split before.
Yeah, let's go with these 8 uncanny, and if it's similar to anything we've read already, we will skip along.
Okay.
All right. You guys know that intelligence runs in the crow family, a diverse group of more than 120 bird species, and, as with most genuses, crows and their relatives tend to be misunderstood. We know them by these names, not just crows, but ravens, rooks, jays, jackdaws, magpies, tree pies, nutcrackers, and cocks. Maybe? They range from 1-ounce dwarf jays to a small forest bird found only in Mexico, to the 3-pound common raven, a wily opportunist found across the northern hemisphere. Crows have shrewd ways of getting food.
Crows tend to be opportunistic and creative, commonly exploiting new food sources or adopting new feeding strategies to make their lives easier. The American crow is known to catch its own fish, for example, in some cases even using bread or other food as bait to lure the fish closer, as captured in this quite awesome video.
Put a little bread. You guys want to have some bread? Brought you some bread.
Oh, he got one!
Whoa, he's getting a
Little fish.
little ones. You guys want to eat some bread? Oh!
Oh!
Oh! Nice catch, dude!
Wow.
And he's out. He did not save the fish.
Wow.
He consumed the fish.
At the same time, this species often steals food from other animals, sometimes even secretly following victims back to their nests or food caches. In one case, a group of American crows was seen distracting a river otter so they could steal its fish, while another group followed common mergansers, what's that? To intercept minnows the ducks had been chasing in the shallow water. So I guess it's some kind of duck.
Yeah, these are minnows here.
Oh, okay. Many crows also drop snails and hard-shell nuts from the air while flying, using gravity and the ground to do the hard work for them. This is done by other birds too, but some crows seem to have taken this a step further, just like the
traffic light crows
Yeah.
we learned about in Japan. Crows don't just use tools, team. They also make them. We learned a little bit about that, but in 1960s, the primatologist Jane Goodall,
Love her.
yo, bless up, Jane, shocked the world with her discovery that wild chimpanzees use twigs as tools to catch termites, debunking the idea that humans are the only tool-using species. Tool use does require a certain level of cognitive sophistication, but we know a lot about other animals that use tools as well, and we learned on the other article about them using twigs, leaves, thorns. Here's maybe a version of them making this hook. Yes, my dude. My dude, that crow was killing it in the game.
That crow was amazing.
I was absolutely riveted by that, and I'm not kidding. I actually was like, Brian, close your mouth. You are like jaw dropped at that crow. Pieces of Eden, thank you again, friend.
Pieces, thank you so much.
That's so awesome of you. And Pi loves you, everybody. Pi Loves You is back. 3 years and a month. Appreciate you being here. Color of Nature's hanging out with us. Good to see you for 3 months as well. And Just Leniek, thank you for being here. Appreciate you subscribing. I see Grim Gaming Reapers back for 23 months as well. Thank you for joining us. All right, we got a couple more facts here before we have a pop quiz. So if you missed out on anything, now's your chance to grab a clue.
So crows can solve puzzles on par with human kids.
Oh, I know some stupid kids, too.
In Aesop's fable, The Crow and the Pitcher, a thirsty crow encounters a pitcher with a little bit of water in it, but is initially thwarted by the low water level and the bottle's narrow neck. Then the crow starts dropping pebbles into the pitcher, however, eventually raising the water level high enough to drink it. Not only has research verified that crows can do this, but it shows that they pass the water dispenser test at a level similar to human children between the ages of 5 and 7. Crows have conquered a variety of other convoluted tests too, like the 8-step puzzle in this BBC video. They can also plan their tool use according to one study, which found that crows could solve a metatool problem when each step was out of sight from the others, planning ahead 3 behaviors into the future. The bird showed an ability to mentally represent the goals and sub-goals of metatool problems, the researchers wrote, and even successfully ignored an extra tool that was planted in their path to distract them. Wow.
Yo. We learned in the earlier article that crows hold funerals for their dead to learn about what maybe caused this demise of their friend and avoid the areas where they've found a dead crow to keep themselves safe. We know that crows hold grudges, they gossip, and they know who you are. And that goes for every single one of you here with us on stream today. Crows know who you are. Write it down. Think about it. Oh, God.
Oh, so this is...
Unfortunately, these horrible faces crows have seen.
And they know them.
They know them. Mm-hmm. Oh. Crows mate for life? Okay.
But they're also monogamish.
Monogamish. Crows not only are social birds, but are more family-oriented than many people realize. They mate for life, meaning they are a mated pair, typically stay together for the rest of their lives, but their family lives may also be a little more complicated than that suggests. Crows are monogamish, which Swift writes, adding a more scientific clarification that they're considered socially monogamous but genetically promiscuous, which means they're generally staying with one partner for life, but the genetic analysis shows that male crows only father about 80% of their family's offspring.
Oh, wait, go back up. Some crows also lead a double life, according to the Cornell Lab of Ornithology, splitting their time between their families and big communal roosts. American crows maintain a territory year-round, for example, where the entire extended family lives and forages together. But during much of the year, individual crows will leave the home territory to join larger flocks at dump and agricultural fields, and to sleep in large roosts in the winter. Family members go together to the flocks, but do not stay together in the crowd. A crow may spend part of the day at home with its family in town, and the rest with a flock feeding on waste and grain out in the country.
Wow.
So yes, they come back for Christmas.
And we learned about some crows that stay home and serve as helpers around the nest, raising the younger siblings and taking care of their folks.
Babysitters.
Yes, and crows are intelligent, but not invincible.
Yeah.
Save the Hawaiian crow. We got anybody in Hawaii tuning in right now? Well, you guys, I think we've learned a lot of things about crows. Grand Zanark is back for 23 months, almost 2 whole years.
And Leslie Red Roadie, thank you for being here for 32 months.
Appreciate you all. We've got one other article here that we didn't get to. It's from livescience.com, and the mods can drop the link in the chat if you guys want to learn more about crows and ravens after the stream has ended. But now it is time for a...
Pop quiz!
Pop quiz!
Type something into the chat, anything at all that you learned today during today's Curiosity Chill.
That's it, team. All we're looking for is literally one thing that you learned about crows. The Hawaiian crow, there's only 131 left.
Whoa.
Carawave, whoa.
Crows know your face. Yes.
Crows hold grudges.
And they use tools.
Right. Mm-hmm. They're monogamish.
They have different dialects. They're
different
super
dialects.
smart. They use crows to break nuts. You didn't know
They use cars to break nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Crows use crows to fly.
They hold funerals when one has died.
Crows know me better than I know me. That's horrifying.
They know traffic
watching
signals.
you.
They know they can tell the difference. I mean, I think these crows are incredibly intelligent, and I learned that their brains, proportional to their total body weight, are larger than all other birds and are in a category with just themselves and parrots.
Young crows help their family and serve as babysitters.
They led to a blackout in Japan, that's right.
They gossip.
They gossip. They attack in groups,
yes,
right?
they do. They
the territorial dive bombing, like we saw with that eagle.
Yeah, they work as a team.
They were not afraid of that eagle. No, they were not. Cold May, welcome back for 2 months, yo. And Katie Cat, thank you for the double gift subs. Appreciate those. The regional dialects thing is interesting. Yeah, they show up to a new crew and they're like, oh, well, we all talking like this here? Okay, fine. All right, let's go for it. Whatever. You know? Oh, Celestial says they make you think, they present a different way of thinking about the evolution of consciousness. Absolutely. I mean, to have a brain so big and a burb so small, appreciate you guys being here. And Enya plus Elliot, welcome back for 8 months. Appreciate the cheers, Brian. Thank you for that. And Katharina, welcome back for 39 months. I'm here for Russell Crowe facts. Am I in the right place? No, Russell Crowe facts will be on the next stream. Actually, that brings me to the next subject. What shall we study on next Tuesday's Curiosity Chill? Would you guys shout out some ideas of what you would like to study? And we'll pull them here together. What is it gonna be? I see Will there Vero saying bats. And bats have been on the list before. Let's put them on there again. What do we got? Poetry. I see poetry. That's a nice one. We've actually done a Curiosity Chill on sheep recently, Talak, and we're going to start with the help of Super Scree uploading some of these Curiosity Chills to YouTube, so it'll be easier for you guys to check out past categories. I see superstitions. I see wolves. Did we do wolves before?
I don't think so.
I think we did wolves.
We did, yeah. What
Scree
about
knows. Tarot cards. Okay.
tarot cards?
What else, guys? What else are you into? Orcas?
Whales.
Or whales. We'll put them together in one. Give me one more. One more. Seagulls. Seagulls. Okay.
Or the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, let's put the Bermuda Triangle on there too. Never hurts to pull an extra subject. So there are 6 on the screen right now, team. What's it gonna be?
Type 1 for bats, 2 for poetry, 3 for tarot cards, 4 for whales and orcas, 5 for seagulls, or 6 for the Bermuda Triangle. Thank you all so much for voting and for joining us for our Curiosity Chill. I love this. I have so much fun learning with you all every week.
Yeah, we are glad to be back and streaming. And for those of you who may have missed our announcement, we've started 2 new games, a new Saturday game and a new Sunday game. We're playing Mass Effect 2 on Saturdays. You can check out our full Mass Effect 1 playthrough on YouTube, !ME1. And if you'd like, we've just begun Hellblade, and it is blowing our minds.
So good.
Super love it. That's our Sunday game, also at noon Pacific Standard Time, which is 1 hour later than whatever time it is for you right now. So take a glance at your clock, add an hour, and that's what time we stream on Saturdays and Sundays. And then on Friday, 3 hours later than whatever time it is for you right now, at 2 p.m. Pacific, we check out your artwork, or we make some of our own. We're going to do some new kinds of creative streams coming up, relaxation Zen Garden streams, and Amelia's even thinking about doing a sewing stream.
Yes,
I like
got some stuff to sew. Let's see how this poll is going.
The poll has, ooh.
So maybe we should do a runoff.
Yep. We're going to have to do a runoff between the Bermuda Triangle and bats.
Yep.
A face-off like you've never seen. Bats and Bermuda Triangle. And everyone is able to vote again. So if you voted before for a different category, go ahead and drop a vote for one of these two. We'll have a runoff election between these two.
I'm seeing a lot of love for a sewing stream, too.
Yeah. Amelia's got some cool sewing projects, and she wants to do them on stream with you guys, and I think that's a good idea.
I think so, too. It's more fun to do with people.
Right? All right, team. Number 1 in the chat for bats. Number 2 in the chat for Bermuda Triangle. What's it gonna be?
What's it gonna be?
It's close.
Yeah, it's real close.
What happens if a bat flies into the Bermuda Triangle? What if the Bermuda Triangle was caused by bats? It is back to back. Look at this. That is neck and neck. Something we don't see so often around here. Oh, wow. This is going to come down to the end. So if you are someone who has not voted yet and you really want to say you are going to be the tiebreaker, drop a 1 in the chat for bats or a 2 in the chat for the Bermuda Triangle.
Whoa.
And whoever doesn't win this round will go on the list next time, all right?
Yeah.
Oh, we've tried to do 2 topics in one set before, and it just, I mean, here we filled a whole hour with crows, team. I mean, Just not enough time to learn enough about it. Looks like the Bermuda Triangle is going to take the lead.
Nice.
Nice. Anybody else wants to vote? Now's your last chance to do it. 3, 2, 1, and ding, 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 ding. Bermuda Triangle for the win. And bats will be put on the list next week, so make sure you join us for Tuesday's Curiosity Chill, and we will probably see bats as our next subject. Would be my guess. But Bermuda Triangle's coming up next. Sweet. And now a fun thing. Where shall we raid? What's a raid, Amelia?
A raid is where we all vote together onto which channel we want to go and hang out, and then we're going to teleport over to the streamer together, and we like to shower them with a bunch of colorful positive emotes, and if you like what they're doing, you can hit the follow button. We're basically taking the party to a new stream.
Word up. Word up. All right, thank you to our awesome mod team and our lieutenants. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, lieutenants. We appreciate your support on Twitch and on Discord. And mods, thank you for helping us find these two awesome options. Where shall we raid, team? Number 1 in the chat for a sculpting stream. And number 2 in the chat for a painting birds stream. What could it be?
What you in the mood for?
What you gonna do? Where you gonna go? What you want to see? I just want a burbs.
I just want to know.
This is another close race. Look at this.
Yeah.
You guys are very, very active voters. Appreciate to see so many votes coming in. Help us make this decision where we're gonna raid the party onto. Is it a sculpting stream? Is it a painting burbs stream? We will find out short enough. And our next stream will be on Friday, team. We're going to be hanging out in the Zen garden, relaxing, and maybe doing a little sewing. I think that could be our plan.
I think so, too.
I think so, too. I think that sounds nice. All right, it's happening. Oh, I mean, that's real close.
Wow, yeah.
It's real close. No way to do a runoff on this one. This one's got to be decided organically. Let's keep it rolling. Anybody else wants to vote? Now's your chance to do so. Oh, more votes coming in hot.
All right, it's going to be a painting bird stream.
Just barely. Yes, it is. Ding, 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 ding. Painting burbs wins the day. All right, let's go show them some love. Thank you, MJ's Watson, for finding that, and Colorful for finding the other target. We appreciate you guys, and we are going to raid right about now. The Funcio brother.
Check it out now.
Yep, yep, yep.
Thank you all so much for joining us for Curiosity Chill. We will see you on Friday or this weekend. I hope you have a stupendous week and send you lots of positive vibes.
And next week, we're studying the Bermuda Triangle. I think that's how you spell it. Perfect. Yeah. It's time for a raid, team. Let's go in 3,
2,
1.
Raid!
Raid!